Is carnivore sustainable long term? And what's been the cheat meals on a diet? Now, I've been on a carnivore diet for about half a year now, and of course in this period you will have your ups and downs. So I wanted to share some of the thoughts that I have on the topic and how I feel about staying on this diet long term, how the past couple of months have been, and also where I want to take the diet further. Come on a chill ride with me and listen to my thoughts on the topic. Now, about the cheat meals, I would be lying if I said that in the past half a year I didn't have any cheat meals. I mean, that's not realistic. I would say that initial couple of months were going pretty well. I did not have the urge to cheat on a diet. In my opinion, the cheat meals on a carnivore diet are not the easiest to process and to get through or to live with them. The fact is that you're so used to having no carbs. Cheat meal will most likely include a carb. With carbs, we're gonna have the insulin spike, but also that cheap dopamine spike, which I think is even worse than the insulin spike. That will probably mess you up at least a bit, your eating habits, or even derail you for, I want to say, a couple of days even. And for that reason, I try to avoid cheating on a carnivore as much as possible. But I do have to say that last couple of weeks, possibly last month, was a bit more difficult when it comes to ignoring those, not so much even cravings, but there were opportunities, to put it lightly, and I seized them. Looking back at it, it's a learning curve for me. What actually happened was I told myself, I'll give it a go. I'll have some delicious carbs. It started with a pizza that we made at home, and also we are at the times where our kid is eating more and more, and I'm preparing different breakfast items for him. Let's say French toast or pancakes, French pancakes or crepes as you would call them, and I really like those foods. And it's not the end of the world. It's not, let's say, the biggest sweet, and it's been quite difficult for me to resist those foods. And it's one thing to resist it occasionally, but when I have to resist it daily, on daily basis, it becomes more difficult. And despite me starting the carnivore diet mostly for the weight loss reasons, and I was fairly successful at it, in the first 3-4 months I managed to lose about 15 kilograms or over 30 pounds, and I managed to keep that weight loss, so I didn't regain any back despite all of these shenanigans that I'm currently having and battles with my strictness and cheat meals. So at least that's a positive for me, definitely a good sign of it. However, I do have to say that in those first 3-4 months, when I was really strict on a carnivore, I actually felt the best as well, which is not surprising. I wasn't eating, my digestion was the best, I didn't have any joint or back pain, all of the things that in past couple of weeks started to reoccur, even though I was eating just a very small portion of these non-carnivore foods. But at the same time, since I was on carnivore for 6 months, and after 4th month I started to lose a bit of motivation as I wasn't losing as much weight, I knew this day or these days will come, and I'm glad they did. I don't mind them. It's just an all learning curve for me, and just getting to know the diet, getting to know myself, and I think I'm making tremendous improvement in those regards. But it just goes to show that I also need to get back on track and not be so unrestrictive with the foods that I eat. So yeah, if someone asks me whether cheat meals are something that they should practice on carnivore, I would suggest no. And unfortunately, most often than not, this even means fruit or any sort of carb. No matter how healthy you find them, I would say it's probably best to not touch them. Now, the second thing about the sustainability, cheat meals have a lot to do with sustainability as well. Life will happen, and I think all of these things come sort of in waves. So you will have some up times and down times, as I mentioned, And I think I'm at the lowest point of my carnivore journey right now, and I definitely want to pick it up again. And instead of suppressing this and being mad at myself, or it's just confirming what I already know, is that I feel the best if I am on a strict carnivore diet, and therefore I already know what is my recipe for sustainable future. It's just I need to learn how I can make sure that this is implemented and executed properly. And I know this might sound like I'm bashing on the carnivore and that I'm missing certain foods. I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't miss it. But at the same time, if I now reflect back and think of all the delicious food that I can eat on the carnivore despite all of that, steak every day pretty much, burgers. If I'm feeling frisky, I can eat dairy. I still can tolerate it quite well, and it's absolutely delicious. I would say yes, the diet can be sustainable, but also we need to take all of the experience surrounding this diet in. And I think there is still much more for me to experience. It's only been half a year for now, and there are a lot of things that I haven't really done in this past half a year. And no matter how many other stories and journeys I follow, I need to experience these things firsthand, and I think you need to do as well. So, and I want to be super transparent, and that's why I'm spilling all the truth here, that there will be difficult times, but we need to cherish them regardless and learn from them. So in conclusion, I'm nearing half a year. In just a few days I will be 6 months carnivore, and I plan on making an update video about that. But I just really wanted to give some thoughts on this, as I was struggling with cheat meals and being consistent on a diet for the past couple of days. If that's you, I would say cherish those moments as well. It's part of any diet and any process that you throw yourself into. Don't forget, carnivore is a very restrictive diet, but there are a lot of upsides. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully it wasn't coming across too rambly. I still try to get better at these drive-along videos, but I just want to share my raw thoughts with you and hopefully help you out at making better decisions if you are contemplating on a carnivore, or if you are just starting the carnivore diet. Subscribe to the channel and like the video if you liked it. More carnivore content coming, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. And remember, meat, weights, and a calm mind.